breast implants do not need to be changed out every 10 years.
Hello, sir. I'm wondering when the last time was that you had breast implants and how much damage did they do to you in like 5 or 10 years or 15 years or 20 years? Because I have a story. I have a story that nearly killed me. And it's not just about whether or not I replaced my implants after 5 or 10 years or 15 or 20 or 23 in my case. But I have a story about how bad breast implants really are for the body, no matter what brand they are, no matter how new they are, no matter how you repackage a shiny colored turd. A turd is still a turd. So let me give you a little breakdown of my personal story as a medical medium, an intuitive, who in my early 20s got fooled into how safe breast implants are by doctors like you and people in the medical field like you who nearly killed me because of your ignorance. And well, let's not forget the greed part. So, as a medical medium, let me give you a breakdown of all breast implants and how they affect the body long term, whether they're in their 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whether they're gummies, whether they're silicone, whether they're saline. Every single breast implant is in a silicone bag. Okay, let's start with that and correct these lies so that we can stop harming humanity, especially and particularly the feminines, because the feminines carry a lot of energy in their breasts. That's how they connect to their oracle or to their spiritual connection. So when we chop them up and put plastic, deadly bags in their bodies, it disrupts not only their hormones, their immune system, their metabolic system, but also their chi, their ability to connect to the higher self. Being that every single breast implant, every single one, is still inside a silicone bag. Silicone being made of dozens of deadly chemicals. So here's my story, and this is a story that will apply to everyone because they are all made in silicone bags with deadly chemicals, okay? Regardless of what's inside of them. And I've known many, many, many women who have gotten mold inside of their saline bags, salt water that we were all told was safe, developing mold that goes into mold spores into the brain and into every other organ, causing complete organ failure and all kinds of other problems. But let's talk about the plastic itself, because all of these plastic surgeries are made with plastics. You know, the stuff that they don't want us to put in the ocean because it's deadly and it's destroying the planet, and yet doctors are just chopping women up and people up and shoving it inside their bodies where there's no escape. So what happens over time, regardless of the new version that they spin for you, is that those plastics leach outside of the bag and into every cell and every organ of the body. And over time, the longer that they sit in the body, they create what's called chemical burns, okay? This was shown to me by God, and yes, I am an enlightened teacher, and I do have a connection to the spirit world, and I've been shown these things, and I've also experienced it personally, unfortunately for me, because I listened when I was in my 20s to somebody like you. Over time, the chemicals leach into the body, they sit in the particular area that they've been injected into, and they begin to cause what's called chemical burns. And that's why all of these women and people who are getting implants and getting plastic surgery are complaining of a burning sensation in their body. The burning sensation is called a chemical burn because all plastics are made with chemicals. Now, I know. The scientific and the medical industry don't want anybody to talk about this. So, shh, we don't want to tell anybody because, well, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and that would be so devastating for people that are profiting off of the predatory medical behavior of injecting deadly devices into bodies. Not only does it cause chemical burns and chemical damage and chemical poisoning, causing brain fog, causing blindness. This happened to me directly. So TikTok, this is my personal story. Do not ever try to take this away from me. It blinded me in my eye. It caused brain fog that almost killed me. It had me in a bed for 10 years straight where I could not even get up and shower. I was dying and nobody wanted to tell me what happened. This is how I developed my medical mediumship skills to a point that are beyond reality, because I had to go in and learn the functions of every single organ in my body, because these deadly breast implants, they destroy organs. They leach chemicals into every single organ in your body, sometimes even leaching out plastics. This causes Morgellons disease. It gets injected into babies. If you are carrying breast implants in your body or plastic surgery in your body and you get pregnant, these little fibers of plastic get into the baby's body, the baby's organs, the baby's brains, the baby's everything, just like they do to whoever's got the plastic surgery. So let's stop gaslighting people in this world and stop preying on the insecurities of young people and injecting them with deadly chemicals that over time, the longer that they're in their body, continue to cause them to lose bodily functions, to destroy all of their organs, to cause brain fog, to disrupt their ability to think, to cause chemical burns that can and are lifelong for many of us. The longer that we have them in our bodies, the longer and deeper and harder that chemical burn is. And I dare anybody out there to try to tell me that you know how to fix a chemical burn, because you don't, okay? You don't. Don't gaslight people who have had real experience that you haven't had, because you're busy trying to promote the safety of something that is unsafe, unhealthy, and should have never been put on the market. Well, you guys make billions and millions of dollars over basically unaliving people and crippling and maiming them for the rest of their lives. Okay? Please stop the BS.